Hello, I'm Daniel Jaroszek. I'm director, photographer, and I came from advertising, but I was able to produce a few dramas. It's very fascinating to me, but it's very different than my regular work. This is sort of an escape, a diversion from my regular occupation. So I'm happy to see that you showed up here. I wanted to talk about the boomerang. And Boomerang is an interesting project that won't be shown anymore. Boomerang was only for Zorza Festival, and it happened a little bit too early. It happened a year earlier than it was supposed to. So let me tell a story while I'm at it. It's an interesting story because it started the moment we got budget for it in 10 days, 72 minutes. It's 4 days of shooting, 10 days, 10 hours a day. We had great desire in the team to do this. The starting point was the record of Cortez. That record was created 10 years ago. One of the videos in films, hard to say it's a film, but the screenplay was written 10 years ago as well. And Łukasz and his manager said they didn't like it at all. And I showed them the date when I showed them, and that's one of my favorite scenes. It's completely subjective. I can't really grade my own output, so maybe it's healthy. The progress is something we owe to people who criticize. If he said he loves it, I would not have developed it this way. So we did 10 days and no casting. I had no actors. This was a big project. Did you ever attend the Zorza Festival? Yes, you came to Krakow. Yeah, Katowice. Yeah, that was the top, creme de la creme. It was so many people. It was really interesting because when I was preparing for a music film and I'm trying to find a way to sell ways to sell this. In the amazing lecture, Sławek mentioned that first we need to market and then make the film. It's hard to beat the reach of music videos and in Zorza it was supposed to be just a passing thing where it was supposed to be shown only 6 times, and then at 6 concerts we had 500,000 people saw it. I saw 30,000, 60,000 people in the rain watching this. It's hard to even come to terms with this. This medium is such a powerful thing. So you as future creators, I urge you to consider what you can get out of this. So to give you an example, one is a stigma for me and something I came to terms with, which is Johnny, and it's considered to be a commercial success. 1 million people came to see it in the theaters. So the movie, the clip, the video clip for the song was the question. So many people saw it. The question is, why even make movies then? And I invited Kijak to my group, and he asked this question. He loves to ask this. He's very predictable. Who do you make movies for? And no one can answer this. None of my group members can answer this. Everyone says this. Why do you need portfolio if you do or make movies for yourself? You know what you like. We don't do it for ourselves. We do it for the people. Why do you make movies? You're just gonna watch them yourself? You do it for yourself? It's no one answered differently. Everyone said for themselves to realize our vision. But yeah, sure, you do it for your own satisfaction. It's not the aim. It should not be your aim really. The movie has to have certain power, certain influence. I come from advertising. I did 700 shooting days. I am treated very strangely in the movie community because as if I came from a different world. We do short spurts of work, but what's my power? What's my strength? I learned to catalyze emotion. This is something you need in a mainstream cinema. Perhaps it's scary. You have to manipulate the crowd. In Johnny, I went too far. I told people what they're supposed to think, and I gave them the ready answer. And I was not a filmmaker. I made a large number of mistakes. So the movie had some soft power. It changed the way we looked at hospices in Poland. Now we have huge state funding for the hospices. And then it was really nice to read something nice about yourself. But we changed the way we look at hospices. It's dying is not a taboo. It's something we can talk about. I was talking to Gajewski, and we are opening an institute of it's not we who open it. Yes, Jan would have another life. I was the catalyst. It's not my story. I'm not the father of this success. I stole this story. I told it. I was able to do it in a way that changed something. So that was great. I hope for you to get this. That really brings a lot of satisfaction. I have a lot of. It has a lot of faults. It was my rookie effort. It couldn't be great. It couldn't be perfect. I have a lot of common sense. I see these faults. I see it, of course, afterwards. I see it in the rearview mirror after digesting. I'm kind of angry about them, but it's normal. But again, the progress is thanks to the dissatisfied. We have to learn the lessons. I talked to Marta and Beata, and one thing I was very happy is that Boomerang was first, and Boomerang was second, and then they saw this progress, and this gave me satisfaction. It's very important. Boomerang was supposed to have a different function because this is not a secret. It's a movie that was supposed to be a social campaign. It was a simple mechanism. It was supposed to open the theme of male depression, a bit of a taboo subject. It's sometimes surprisingly associated with successful men, and this is, for example, people come from war trauma, getting them out. We have the facts are dramatic. We have 11 suicides a day in Poland, and sometimes it's sort of swept under the rug. We wanted to turn attention to. For legal reasons, it's not a movie, and we call it a musical clip, and it's something when the organizer called for Festival Zorza, it was January, and said, we're doing a concert for Cortez, and we want a movie for the 10-year anniversary of this record. I'll show you something. Listen to this. I was listening to that record, actually. It seems like a made-up story, but in fact, that coincidence took place. This record accompanies me. It's not depressive, but it accompanies me at in many periods of my life. I'm happy to say that Łukasz Cortez is my friend. We have similar sensitivity, and one of the best things that happened to me with this project. And it took 3 months before I got the budget, before I was able to convince Cortez and his management. Half of his management is still unconvinced up to this day. And then I had 10 days before I got to the plan, otherwise I would not have been able to finish it on time. And it was crazy. I had the people, though, and these people said, yes, we can do it. We had no budget, and it was absolutely insufficient to pay people. So I said, I will take it head on, and something incredible happened. And people basically did not demand to be paid, didn't demand to get paid. And then I thought, this is going to work. I must admit, after shooting, I had to leave for a few days. It was a very personal project. And when I came back, the cut was ready. We still had to work on it a bit, but it was almost ready. And I looked at it and I was moved. But then I felt it wasn't my movie. And it was a great feeling. And I talked to my friend, a well-known singer. I said, man, have you done something so great that you felt it wasn't yours? And he said, yes, that's the greatest feeling you can have. Sometimes when I watch this, I still have that feeling. It's not mine. It's the result of involvement of everyone on the plan. And remember, the director is the face of the movie and a responsibility bearer for the movie, but or the defeat and failure of the movie as well. And they happen in advertising. It happens a lot, but the director, or I had this discussion with a young lady, and the director isn't more important than the generator custodian. If the generator custodian is not present, the movie doesn't take place either. Remember, keep that in mind. And when you come from different film schools, that you're gods on the plan, and you're not. You're managers. That's it. That's your highest rank. But you can't move the crowds. Yeah, they come here, of course, to your plan to get paid. But until you pull their talent, show their talent, you're just managers. I don't have any school background, and I don't regret it. Sometimes I'm jealous that you were able to get into this, and then I went right into the advertising industry, and that's business. I didn't have that romantic filmmaker beginning like yourselves. Okay, and then the boomerang got created. It came into being. I'll show you the trailer. Maybe we can see fragments of it. This is it's about 10 video clips with little drama interjections. We changed the screenplay a bit. It's a bit of a compromise, but in the end, I got something that was in my head, and this is my first official screenplay credit for this. So there it is, and this is a story that was in me for a long time. I had to put it on paper, and then I did this in 4 days. I never did more than 3 doubles, and the credit goes to Łukasz Gut, and I was looking for operator that has some directing skills. There's a scene I didn't do. The 10th piece. I set the camera and I said, Łukasz, this is the moment that you will make the scene. And he did outstanding work. We didn't have time, money. It was 12 hours each day of shooting. We always ended really early because we sat on the plan. Plan is the necessary evil. I like before and after. It wasn't Westerplatte. The weather was helping us. When Master Vaida said that if you're not lucky with the weather, you don't work in film. You can have all other professions available to you. Some stuff that worked, some stuff didn't. I couldn't see it. I didn't want to watch this. I saw that it worked on some people. But also, I must admit, this foundation didn't get started. That was the reason for this movie. And this sort of failure hurts me. You are the last viewers of this film. Streams are very interested, and I have 50% rights to this, and I don't want to let it be shown on streams. I don't know if it's gonna stay this way, but this is beautiful. Zorza Festival is also my baby, so to speak, and I don't really want to stream it if we don't have the foundation. I don't want people just to watch this. I'm an idealist, and that's my decision. Trailer is the only official thing you can see on the internet. How do I do full screen here? There it is. The sponsor was T-Mobile. It's not a mystery. My client that I work with, and this is something crazy I did with their help. I can make a leak. I'll send you a link, and it's something I keep alive for 48 hours, then the link disappears. So it's kind of, quote unquote, the day of the boy. So really, this is a farewell of the father and the child, the father planning to commit suicide. So when people are sick, when your hands shake, that's a sign of depression. And Daklava played well. Jarek, the boy, he has an old soul, and he's my hero. Paulina Gałązka was. Is this going live? Okay, I can say that yet. A different character. Okay, Asia Kulik was supposed to be Gałązka, and luckily she hadn't. She's a great actress, and she would have stolen it from me. And I told her that. So Paulina was my first choice, because she's a tremendous actress. But I saw the Girls from Dubai after the Boomerang. I saw her in the theater, and I fell in love. This is exactly what I needed for this movie. So Maciej Maciejewski and Jarek, these are four main characters here. I recommend it. I generated a link. You have 24 hours to see it. There are only 4 film albums that ever been created. The Wall being the most famous one. We don't usually make these. Technical know-how, without a sentimentalism, we came up with a system to how to broadcast it so it works in sync with the music. So I created system with clicks in the ears, and they haven't made any mistakes. Sometimes a few frames they went a couple of frames ahead, but that's a software that's everyone interested in. But I don't want to sell it. This is something for us. It's ours. We'll see what we do with this. It's going to be a software for visualization than the film itself. Do you have any questions? I was speaking for such a long time. I was at Zorza. It was one of the most beautiful experiences in my life. I thank you then. It was a great event for me. I attended Zorza twice, and I'm very grateful for this. My question is, how much does your work as advertising director, how does that help you as in your dramatic work? Our know-how is our experience, extensive experience. We spent many days, 150 days shooting. Films is 130, TV series 85, and I do 150. I played with everything. I'm great when it comes to defending the budget. So I know what means to use in order to make a scene. So when I make a scene, I don't need a crane to make a trial. I know it. If there's anything anything good about myself, that's it. Catalyzing emotions. I did dozens of movie clips, and perhaps even the longer forms were there too. Emotions. That's what they pay me. If I'm supposed to make someone laugh in 30 seconds, that's my work. This is my job to do this. If I fail, I won't get rehired. So I know the temperature of the scene. I know the escalation of emotion. I know how to control emotions. In Johnny, I went too far. It was too fast and went too far, and I was telling them what to think, and I feel that's propaganda, not a movie. When you impose emotions, that's propaganda. Kubuś Michalczak, he did great In-Laws 1 or 3. Śliwa, who did Sensitive. Maybe he did remake. It's Lying feels great. Strangers, Polish title, great. Kasia, it was tough. The director is making a movie about people sitting at the table. Tadek has extraordinary talent. So people from advertising come in. We were kind of like black sheep. No one wanted to use our talent or experience. And Julka Rogowska with Agata Kulesza did post-apocalyptic movie, science fiction, and I heard it's a great movie. I recommend it. So I'm very proud. I feel that these two worlds should merge and swap experience. We have different skills, you have different skills. Getting these skills merged, especially now with difficult funding, and we can help each other. Uh, could you share some know-how as far as emotion catalyzation? There must be a task, something you are to do. To catalyze emotions, you need three things. First, music. Can't beat music. Music catalyzes everything. If you're sad, you listen to sad music. If you're happy, you change the playlist. Then the camera technique, how to have these emotions in the picture. And the third is the actor. In advertising, I have a very specific way of work, and some of them love it and some of them hate it. I only work with professional actors, and this is my egoism, I guess, my selfishness. They know what to do. They're professionals, and they can create emotions with us with one look, whereas green actors cannot do it. And people are not really idiots. We have Poland A, Poland B, making tears of people. It's stupidity. I don't do this. Things I'm famous for. I don't show singular shots at the shot. I mean, do they know better than I do? When you go to a baker, do you tell them how to bake buns? No, you gotta trust me. I'm the professional. I'm the good at this. I lost my health and I devoted many years of my life. And many clients, they just come at the end of the day and I show them the ad. And that's it. That's simple. What's worth doing with work while working with actors? I don't know. I use my intuition. You gotta respect them and prepare. And I know I'm very aware of stuff. I learned all these methods of working with actors. And as an actor, I'm terrible. I want to learn how actors work, how they think. So it's hard to answer this. It's the easiest for me is to work with people who trust me. They know I'm crazy, but they trust me and they believe in what I do. And one of the actors that I think was great, actually, we never got along. I have a question regarding Johnny. There are some things you don't like about it, but it's your opinion. You did this for others, not just for yourself, and many people look at it differently. I don't want to pour honey on you here, but to ask what's your influence on the cutting process? Are you even interested in it, or are you interested in the cutting work? And I love this actually. My friend does this. I can shamelessly argue with him and bang the doors, and I say it aloud. This is not. You're not the first to hear this. The Maciek really saved this whole movie, Johnny. He gave it the second life. I would love to cut. I make cuts. It's something that I love. It's really up to your talent. You have all the material in front of you, and it's and I asked Maciek if he could make a case for Boomerang, because this is a masterpiece film of cutting. He says he hasn't even cut it, and I say this is the best. It's something I love it. Something I love. We don't feel the passage of time. We have all these scenes, and I've introduced a system that instead of dailies, we do scenes the day after. So after a week, I have scenes done according to the screenplay, and then the system really saves me 2 months in post-production. And it's even great from a business standpoint. Dailies are tough to watch, but the scenes are easier to evaluate. About what you said, that you tell the clients to trust you. So if you have a portfolio, it's easier. But do you remember your beginnings when you had situations when you tried to convince the clients to your vision? Yes, of course, obviously. And very often I was wrong, or maybe they were wrong, and all kinds of crazy things came out. I did over 300 advertisements. I feel they're terrible and they're crap, and they're for advertising as a firm. My decision is third in the hierarchy. So you're right. The trust is key, and this is my assertiveness and self-confidence came after Johnny. Then I thought, well, man, I'm gonna be a director. But it's sort of a legend that I had before. I would leave the plan and I would say I'd refund the money and leave. I hate when people don't respect. And when you're hired, why? It's not to teach you directing. This is not what workshops are for. If you treat people with respect, I think the output is better. So it's not like I was. There's some clients who pulled the hair out of their head, but sometimes I regret things. I trolled some journalists, and I regret it now. But that's just my nature, my character, and my agents were mad too, and I would have been much richer. But why would I do things I don't feel? I'm lucky enough never to work in my life. Everything I do is not work. It's fun for me. I was speaking with the girls and how much good energy I got. I've done 19 years of advertising, and that's burnout right there. I know now that I won't make any career abroad. And I had that feeling that could be that this might have been, but the pandemic came and that's it. I tell my group, be a little bit non-conformist, be assertive. You don't need to always please everyone. Maybe counterintuitively, a lot of people hate brown nosers. Maybe I don't have the style that I wanted. I manage that in photography, but I feel like I'm a better photography. And but I quit photography because that market is over. This is it. I got to the point of saturation. But in movies, I'm still hungry. I'm still not there. Okay, go ahead. Okay, let's have a music clip from Boomerang.
Pokażę wam, chyba mogę pokazać, jeżeli chcecie, mój ulubiony fragment. Niewiele ludzi akurat go lubi, ale
I'll show you my favorite fragment. It's not everyone's favorite, but for me it is. And I came up choreography for this. There's a shot of me dancing myself, but I have that clip, and this moved me, and I think this is my favorite. It really depends I'd love to hear what you think.
wspaniała trąbka. Trąbka ziemka. Ale pewnie tylko ja dobrze słyszałem muzykę, współczuję, żeby tego nie mieliście. Tak.
Wonderful trumpet. You couldn't probably hear it the way I did. About the boomerang. When you record this, it was one long take. Was it exactly that music? I couldn't hear the music. No. That music you hear is from the last general rehearsal. They couldn't hear the music. That's how he cut it, that he managed to synchronize it with the trumpet. You can't see his work, yes? Maciek did a wonderful job in Remain, and with Paulina, I'll show it at the end. I haven't seen it in a long time, so I want to rewatch this. About video clips, you did many, and you can't do everything. You run out of time, but don't you want to do video clips because it's too exhausting creatively, or do you look for some change of pace? I keep making video clips. The trilogy for Oki was my latest project. I did 10 in April, so I did some with Natalia Kukulska, and then we had some future day perhaps. I keep working on video clips. I love this. This is exhausting to me. This takes a lot. Drama takes a lot from me, and having the criticism. This is what I need to rest from. And the other environment, it's something that I'm happy. We're gonna make a video clip for Cortez, and to have everything, to have comprehensive control, including the cover. And I have 2 artists this year, and I keep working with David. So the pigeons just happen. This was not planned. You cannot plan it. You cannot have pigeons fly when he touches the fence. As an operator, my question is, when did you make that decision to make it in black and white? Someone asked me that yesterday, immediately. There's a movie. I can show it. Maybe it's better to show it here. It's like an entry point that I did it 5 years ago. A well-known actress in it that came from the plan and one of Oscar-nominated movies, and she wasn't known at that point. It perhaps shows you my approach of personal projects. Maybe you will correct me, but I'll show you something. This is fascinating. That this is even possible. 7 minutes. Later on, you can read about this. I did this 5 years ago. It was a project which I funded myself. We did a show. We did a show at the horse racing in Służewiec, and this was done for promotional reasons. And also, I wanted to get it out of myself. And let me show it to you and be ruthless. I want you to criticize. Criticism or critique is not bad. It's a way you develop. And I try to show people that criticism is something you have to deal with. In Poland, we take criticism as absolute evil, and then I ask some
mogę, zadam drugie pytanie przed. Może ten film mi trochę na to odpowie, ale
I have another question. Maybe the clip will answer. Do you think with concept or composition? For me, it's more concept. Maybe strange for photograph, but when they're trying to frame the way I look at it, because it's pointless, I can't really worry about Łukasz, but Maciek did very well. You can see the difference with the way I look at something and some exceptional directors. Maybe it's not anything special, but I haven't seen it in a few years.
Ktoś ściąga torenty. Specjalnie do tego projektu skomponował.
It's composed especially for this project. I haven't seen it in such a long time. I sold a car in order to be able to do this. We we spent time by bonfires. It was similar aesthetics to stuff I like. This is where I feel this is what I love the best. So I do so little black and white in advertising. So
A taki ogólnie to pożegnania. 58 rok, pan reżyser Has, Janczar, Boda Maria Wachowiak i słynna piosenka Pamiętasz była jesień Sławy Przybylskiej. Jeszcze nie było was na świecie. Jeszcze jakieś pytania?
any more questions?
Nie krępujcie się. Roastujcie.
Roast me.
Słuchajcie, jak coś, to gdzieś tu się zawsze kręcę, można ze mną śmiało.
If you see me, please approach me and ask me questions.
Widzę tutaj ludzi, którzy mają tą pasję w sobie.
When I see people who have passion for this,
Sprzedają samochód,
I
autobusem, żeby to zrobić.
gave up everything to do this. I sold my car. I believed it so much. If I believe into something, I don't take prisoners, I go for it. If I can have a message here for you, is not to lose faith, even if you end up in advertising industry. Don't let them destroy you. And I say it as a person who has this moment of absolute triumph and selfish satisfaction. Thank you very much.
Więc zerknijcie i ciekawy jestem, czy wyłapiecie